Flex was always the heir apparent to the title.
Flex Wheeler was definitely looking to be the heir apparent to the throne.
I would have bet millions he would never win the Olympia. The first 5-6 years of his career, he was a journeyman pro, had a good few shows, but you never really thought he was going to make the breakthrough.
I knew that it was pretty much game over for me. It was night and day. There was Ronnie, and then there was everybody else.
Going into the show and being compared to Flex and Kevin and, you know, those guys that had already won. And a couple of times they had put me in the middle, and I'm like, oh, I'm doing pretty good here. They put me in the middle, comparing me to the big dogs of the sport.
Ronnie, all good. Ronnie, side triceps. Nasser is good in this pose, side triceps. Ronnie.
I think in 1998, the world had never seen the total package that Ronnie Coleman presented. And when he presented that package, he knocked out a bunch of Hall of Fame bodybuilders in their prime. And although Flex Wheeler thought he was in the hunt, I don't think he was beating Ronnie Coleman in any of the poses.
My goal was just place the top 5, you know. I was like, man, if I could just place the top 5 in Olympia, you know, it'll be a dream come true. And I remember they called, you know, like 5th and 6th, and I'm still standing there, and they called 4th, I'm like, oh, shucks, I'm doing pretty good. 3rd, and I'm still standing there, I'm like, whoa. And then I can remember me and Flex standing there, and they were down the 1st and 2nd. I'm like, wow. I was truly blown away. And then Wayne, when he called out 2nd place, he waited for a long time.
Flex Wheeler. That's when he collapsed, of course, the famous officer down move that he did. But I think that got to everybody. That made everybody in that theatre, Madison Square, got warm to this guy. Here was the guy, real emotion, had taken the sport's top title when nobody thought he had a chance. It was a rocky story, you know. Everybody was happy for him.
To be at the top, the best in the whole world, you can't get no better feeling in the world than that.
The younger version of you is lurking out there somewhere. And, you know, you're going to meet that hellfire person, you know, so it happens.
In the moment of truth, Ronnie Coleman, 4-time Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler, first-time.
I was fed up. You know, I wasn't sure how much longer I could keep getting 2nd place. And my whole family came out. You know, I always had my family there, my brothers, sisters, everyone came out. Family, friends, I think I bought 100 tickets to that event that year.
Ronnie came in off. Ronnie doubted himself that night. And I remember being backstage and seeing it, you know, unfold. You know, when you compete at that level, you can kind of sense and see, get to know people's personalities and their approach and everything. And Ronnie just showed up as a different Ronnie that night.
Ronnie was going for 9 and didn't get 9. Jay Cutler beat him.
To the 2006 Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler!
When Jay knocked out the champ, it validated years of work that Ronnie Coleman had done before him. And there's not a champion out there that's not susceptible to getting knocked out and getting beaten. We've seen it happen. We saw Mike Tyson lose. We saw Muhammad Ali lose. And we saw Ronnie Coleman lose to Jay.
The night I beat Ronnie, 2006, it was a flash. He knew he was going to lose, and I think he didn't think that until the very end. Because he was Ronnie Coleman. He hadn't lost in a very long time.
I thought it was pretty much automatically that I was going to win number 9 because I had won like 8 in a row. So like, you know, you come up with number 9 and like, okay, those 8 were, you know, I worked hard for them. So I'm thinking, you know, number 9 is just going to be a breeze.
I won on that stage, and it was the first time in history that Mr. Olympia was beaten on that stage.
Ronnie Coleman was beaten by Jay Cutler. It took a little bit of the shine off. I can only imagine Ronnie Coleman being Mr. Olympia for like 8 times, and then he loses to a guy that he was routinely beating in head-to-head competition.
You know, in the end, it happened. You know, Jay took him, but that wasn't Ronnie at his best. You know, the injuries had shown up, and you know, he was battle worn by that time.
I didn't beat the best Ronnie Coleman ever. I don't want people ever to think like, oh well, Ronnie was at his best and Jay was at his best. It's not the case. I just was better that day. You know, time was creeping up. He was going for his record number 9. A lot of publicity going into the show. But I felt bad for Ronnie. I felt bad winning, which is weird, because, you know, it was everything to him. You know, and he was going for number 9. It was the record to beat Lee Haney's record. He was upset. You know, he was visually upset.